Hello. Well, looks like we're live. Ooh, there's a bit of a delay there, but looks like it's working. Hello, everybody. This is meteorologist Andrew Pinero. So, we got another episode of Games and Storms. And this one was this will be a little bit of an interesting one in the beginning, just because we had some interesting storms earlier. Let's see here. So, YouTube's being same typical YouTube in the beginning. It said stream health was okay, wasn't receiving stream data at a fast enough rate. I'm watching the live output on the gaming computer of the stream rate, and it's pretty steady at a good rate. So, and there's no drop frames that it's sent out, which is good. Oh, also would help if I start recording. There we go. So I usually record these as archives and stream at the same time. Hello, Delvin. Yes, I'm glad I got the video and the audio great. So, I don't know what I had to tweak, but essentially, the camera, it should be very smooth, 60 frames per second right now. And the audio I cranked up as high as OBS Studio will go. And it looks like the audio levels are fine. I don't think you hear the air conditioner. Oh, he did just go live right now. Let me just see if I could pull that up real quick. Is he on YouTube, Delvin? Or Facebook? Live now. I'm just going to type him a quick message here. So theoretically, no, it's actually not showing the desktop audio. I may have to change this. Let's see. No.
I would think that most of the fireworks activity.
All right, now you should be hearing him ever so slightly.
At that point, will have been already finished. So let's keep our fingers crossed at that. And you know, we're seeing very much a consistent look here. With
Let's see if I can message him.
Weather models.
I don't know how we
really
would actually get
change. You notice if you look off the
a dual stream
coast of the
together.
United States, you have this southeast flow that runs from there up into southern New England because of the high that's offshore. So we're getting a lot of this tropical moisture. The dew points here have been up in the middle 70s. I mean, that's really atrociously high.
Let's see.
With temperatures up in the low to mid 90s. This is like Florida stuff here. And of course, the thunderstorms fired up the way they did.
Delvin, do you want me to get rid of Joe's audio?
For Friday, this is going to be the big change.
There. I muted it for right now. Oh, you do love it. Okay, I'll bring it back.
With perhaps some widespread shower and thunderstorm activity. The timing of that front.
Who doesn't love
could make
Triple
a
Joe?
difference. The GFS has the front just about through by 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Sometimes models do that, and then when you get to the actual day, they slow up.
Where's Joe Chaffee? Yeah, I got him in my message list.
More late in the afternoon or evening, but it's all a question of timing. There will be some some thunderstorms with this, and I think they'll be widespread. But the payoff is this big, beautiful high that's coming down. And that dry air, by the way, is probably
See, I
going
don't
to
know
push
if you'll
down
get it,
into North Carolina. So this weather front is going to make it
but we'll
fairly
see.
far to the south. And as we go forward in the upper air pattern, we are going back to some degree to this pattern that we had back in
So is
June. And that
the
is
background
trough
audio,
in the
is that
east
okay?
and the ridge in the west.
Is it like at a good level
Take a
so
look
that you
here
could
at
hear me
upper
over
air.
the
This is
background audio?
18,000-foot level. You've got this big ridge in the east, east-west oriented, and it begins to
So here's we're
migrate
talking about the
and
storms
push
part of the
westward.
games
So,
and storms
the
stream.
western part of the United States will start to see an increase in heat and humidity, while there's your trough in the east that drops into New England and eastern Canada. That pushes the cold front through. The westerly winds, the westerlies as we call them, but they're actually northwesterly winds aloft all the way down to coastal North Carolina, and then they go
I
out
would
east into
try
the
to
Atlantic.
figure
It
out
really
as well.
Can't get hot here in a pattern like
Okay,
that
good.
for more than a day
Thank
or
you,
so,
Delvin.
because
I'm
notice
trying to figure
another
out
shortwave
a good
trough
way
comes down
that
early next week.
we would be able to
along
stream
about
together.
Tuesday. So that
I-
will bring
I'm still
another
fairly
weather
new
front
with
through,
OBS
and
Studio,
again, as we go through the long range and the models
but I don't
seem to be
know
kind of lined up
how I
this
would
way,
add
it's
another
going to be ridge in the
stream
west,
into
trough
this.
in the east, and that will at least bring down Canadian air masses every 3 days or so. If it does get hot and humid, it might be for a day,
But
or at most maybe
if
a
I
day
hear
and a
from
half,
him,
and then a weather front will come right along and knock it out.
if I hear from him, we'll talk. We'll go back to there. One second. Hello. I still got the cough going on. Just gotta make sure that mic. Yep, that mic's good. All right. So, something interesting I was doing, and I'll switch over here to the big view, and let me get this back up, and this will be ready to go. So we talked last week about this app that I just tried for the first time, which is Radar Scope. Out here right now, similar to what Joe Chaffee was talking about, we got some severe thunderstorm warnings. Now, interesting enough, earlier, you see this? KDIX, KDIX? That's the Mount Holly radar station. And the Mount Holly radar station is down. This image is 43 minutes old. It's been on and off all day. So, that for Jersey specifically, that's one of my go-tos. But for this, I can also use, excuse me, Dover, Delaware. Come on, switch over. Is it not switching? It is not switching. But anyway, so this was Radar Scope that I used last week. But I tried something else new, so let's get rid of this. And this new one, GR Level X is the name of the company, I guess. GR Level 2 Analyst. Let me see, I could point, I think, right up there. GR Level 2 Analyst is the one I'm using right now. And this is a bit more of an advanced level radar. I was actually pointing the wrong way. So it's there. So I can see the delay. I'm just trying to watch myself in there. Yep. Okay. So, GR Level 2 Analyst, which is that way, is interesting. So, at the top here, there's a button for start polling and stop polling. Polling means it's just pulling down radar data. And I thought I had this going, but then the computer actually went to sleep. So you're gonna see a radar loop that's gonna have a little jump in it. So when I play this, unless it fixed itself. Okay, good. That fixed itself. So let me just see here. What is this? Just checking. Nope. No notification. That's not working. The microphone's preventing the face scan. The gaming mic. Alright. So here, it looks very similar, and let me maximize this. So this looks very similar, it's just the ground is colored versus radar scope was black. And you can also see the roadways on here, which is very nice. And right now, this is similar to the expert mode that was in with, and we'll get to this stuff down here in a second. But this is like the expert mode. There's another mode in here called smoothing. This makes everything look much nicer. And let me make sure. There we go. Smoothing settings. Okay, that's the right one. So the smoothing looks nicer. Excuse me. But you actually miss out on some data. So let me pause this for a second. Oops. Go to the latest image. And we'll zoom in here. And right here, this is a severe thunderstorm warning for central Chester County in southeastern Pennsylvania. So here, this is the smoothed image. This is the raw radar data. So, for instance, if I zoom in really close here, remember when we were talking about tornadoes, gate-to-gate shear? Although this isn't shear, the image I'm showing you right here. This is the reflectivity. And I can see one of these pixels is a gate. So when I look at each individual point or pixel here, that's one data point coming from the radar station. If I turn on this smoothing, look at that pink's gone. So it's showing when it's in this kind of like expert mode, not smooth version, higher decibels, which this pink starts at 60 decibels. So that's the pink. And then when I turn on smoothing, it's gone. Because there was such a low amount of data that when it smooths it out, it just ignores it and throws off the top end and it throws off the bottom end. So this is something that you can look at from afar, I would say. So I would turn on smoothing to just take an overall look. Then, like for this severe thunderstorm warning, or the one that's actually going into Jersey, this one is for central Camden, eastern Gloucester, and southern Burlington. So if I wanted to zoom in closer, I would actually turn the smoothing off. Even though it looks worse, you see a lot more detail. Like I could see that dark red, it's getting up near 60 decibels. But in here, it's not the darker red, it's more of this brighter red. So I would stick with this. And this app, I would love to get this app. Maybe in the future, you never know. All depends on income, especially from the business income. This app is $250, this radar application. Why is it $250? Because it does one thing I've never seen another radar app do. So, see that I got on the mouse, it looks like a little cube. I'm going to click right on here and start dragging outward. Now we're about to go into what's called volumetric radar. And let me maximize this. Look at this. So this, you can see the clouds. You could see the 3D radar. So you can see actually missed a little. I missed a little bit there, so I'm going to move this over a little bit. Actually, I might be able to do this from here. Maybe I thought I did it before. I might just have to reframe this maybe here. Let's try that. Oh, other way. So it has to go up this way. Nope, still missed it. It's weird, it's not actually going where I'm telling it to. It keeps missing that cell. Alright, let's get the points there. So I like this because you can actually see the tops of the clouds. And when you tilt it down, the cloud heights tell you how strong it is. 50,000 feet that's peaking at right there. That's severe thunderstorm level, which is why there's a severe thunderstorm. But I don't know why it's not. Let me just get really wide. It's still not. It's still missing it. Alright. This is weird. So that one. Let's try this one. Alright, at least we got some stuff to take a look at. So, okay, back. So here, let me try this again. This actually looks worse. Let me try getting at least some of this. And that's not enough. Try here. So let's take a look in here. This is a nice little cross section. So if we take a look from the top end, underneath here, this is what you would normally see on the radar. But with this volumetric radar, we could see there's not really too much vertical growth. Although it is pretty tall, it's not it doesn't have these overshooting tops. Versus some of these, that's actually the top end of the scale. So it's going above the top end of the scale, which I believe 50,000 feet's there. So 55,000 feet is the top end of the scale. And there are some cloud echo tops that are going above 50,000 feet. I just find it so interesting to see these little waves in the cloud. These are kind of like buoyancy or gravity waves in there. So essentially with that, what happens is you have warm, moist air, which is less dense than the air, drier air or cooler air around it, rises up, then it hits the cooler air above it, and then it cools down a little bit, and then it sinks. And it warms up a little bit, and it rises. That's one way of thinking of it. Another way is if this parcel of air stays the same temperature, it's going to keep rising until the air around it is more dense, and then it's going to fall. You would think, well, how's the air more dense around it? There's a couple of things that could happen, but let's stick just a little bit easier to the other one where the parcel of air cools down, and then it becomes the same density of the air around it, or more dense than the air around it. When it's more dense than the air around it, it's going to fall. Kind of like you take a beach ball or a soccer ball. We got the World Cup going on. Take a soccer ball, you throw it in a pool. Is it going to just stick right on the top as if it's a hard surface? No. The soccer ball is going to submerge a little bit in the water, go below the surface of the water. Just a little bit, because you have this momentum going down, and then you have buoyancy. The denser water is denser than the soccer ball, pushes the soccer ball back up, and you have this bouncing. That's the buoyancy. That we are seeing in those cloud formations right there. That's where I love this app. You could see detail that you wouldn't be able to see otherwise. So this is one way, the volumetric data. There's also a cross-sectional thing. So I could take this and do a cross section right here. It doesn't do the smoothing like the volumetric does, but I can see that the clouds are peaking, and they're probably going over 55,000 feet. And within the cloud in this cross section, I can see there's a very dense rain core in here. And then there's another little dense rain core in there. And this smoothing doesn't really do anything there. But I can also change this with different variables. So we have base reflectivity. We also have base velocity. So three-dimensionally, or in this cross-section, I could see in the red here, this is, I believe it's moving towards, right? That's DBZ. I don't know where the legend is. I believe the way this is also showing is, this is showing air or radar or rain particles moving towards the radar and green's moving away. So there's a little bit of shear in there. I don't think it's enough to cause anything, but you never know. And also, it's getting late in the night. It's, what, 7:22 right now. So there's not really much that's going to be happening. And also, I do want to check in real quick here with Joe Chaffee. So I am going to switch this back. Actually, no, not 3,000. Alright. For some reason, it doesn't do a swap this application, but I'm going to leave it just like that. Can I? No. The transition is too fast. I gotta figure out a way how I could change that, slowing it down a little bit. There we go. Let's take a second off that. Alright. Let's go back to Joe Chaffee. Let's see if he's still... He didn't actually respond, but he's probably not paying attention to his phone right now. Joe Chaffee.
North than they usually do. If you go back to the 70s, you can find a long period, a long stretch where you got a lot of storms that developed north of 25 degrees north to about 35 degrees north, and very few of them that developed from the Cabo Verde Islands in the tropical Atlantic. There was a fairly long period where there were very few, if any, tropical
I'm just listening in with him as well.
From the early 70s up until the late 70s.
Oh,
there were years where you had absolutely nothing that developed out that way. So you know, it's always an interesting time and an interesting puzzle to dissect when it comes to watching these tropical systems evolve. Kev Dreadful, I'm looking for some ocean temps conducive to crabbing on the south shore of Long Island. You want to do some crabbing? Well, I'm not familiar with whether you want the waters warm or cold, but if you want them warm, those water temperatures have warmed up over the last couple of days. So look for them to get warmer
now I'm
still
back.
over the next 2 days. So I wouldn't be surprised to see some numbers on the high side.
I'm back here. I'm just listening in a little bit with what Joe Chaffee's going on here.
What some of the water temperatures are.
I was talking about water temperatures.
Okay. Wow.
So interesting. I actually haven't done this yet with Joe Chaffee. Let me mute that for a second. Or lower that just a little bit. He's I guess part of the Amazon affiliate program. An affiliate advertising program. So he has actually an Amazon affiliate link. Interesting.
With that southeast, that very, persistent but relatively light southeast flow is pushing the warm waters of the Gulf Stream toward the coast.
That is interesting.
You get water temperatures in the middle to upper 70s. So that's a substantial temperature
And of
drop.
course, he's got a lot of fishing
At least
gear
at the surface, the sea surface temperature.
and
I imagine if you
weather
go
instruments.
down
Ah, the
60 to
Davis
70
instrument. I
degrees,
know that one.
it's going to be cold, and it's going to be colder. And
What
what
else has
all
he
it
got?
takes is a day or two of a west wind to upwell all that, and all that warm
There's
water
some that are
will
included with Prime.
will
Actually, oh,
disappear.
this is a newer version of what I have.
Sebastian P., who, by the way,
All right.
you're on your way back. Thankfully, had a little bit of an.
So he's still going on there. Just going to bring the desktop volume back a little bit. So, I don't know if I'm going to keep this around. We'll see, maybe. I think I have a 30-day trial of this. Let me go back to panning. Let's see what else is out there. Nothing really too much. And this is actually probably clutter, ground clutter. Let's play this and take a look. See how that's just staying stationary? That's because also with density. So that red dot, that's the radar station itself. You have the radar station shooting the radar beam over land at first, then it goes over the water in the Atlantic here, then it hits the Jersey Shore. Now, the Jersey Shore, as soon as you hit land, is going to be, even though it's humid out right now, it's going to be less dense, or sorry, it's going to be more dense than the Atlantic, because on land it's going to be less humid. The lower the humidity, the denser the air. The higher the humidity, the less dense the air. So this change in densities of the radar beam is causing this little ground clutter to pop up here. But we do have some active stuff in there. Actually, I don't know if it'll show me volumetric moving data. Let's see. Nope, doesn't move. But I don't know why it's still not. So let's look at this. I have that big area of radar in the middle. Okay, now it did it properly. It's still just fascinating to take a look at this. So, you never know, I may actually keep this around. It's an expensive radar application. And look at those waves underneath. But I do have it from earlier. So I'm going to pause this for now. Just keeping it on and keeping this data polling. So it's polling right now. It's pulling in new data. Means it's going to always pop in the newest radar data. Now what I'm going to do, let me minimize that, is go back in here. Now this was technically saved into the game stream folder I have. But let me see here. 7.3. I think this should be it. Alright. Don't know why it didn't show up as VLC. Open with VLC. Nope. Nothing there. Okay. Huh. Oh! This might be the one going right now. Yes, this is the one going right now. That's why. So this is the active file of the recording of this. Still learning. So why isn't the other one here? Did I not record it? Oh, I think I know what I did. Alright. So. Sorry you guys didn't see any of that. I was trying to get the file up for you, but it's not on this computer. I have it on my phone. Let's see if I can actually play it. Why are things moved around? What? No. I feel like as soon as one little thing of technology starts to go wrong, everything else follows. Alright, I got this. Alright. That file is gone as well. The one file I know I saved, at least on the phone, is gone. The file that's on the computer I thought I saved is gone. If it's not in here, and I know I sent this to this particular person, I'm gonna be pissed. Okay. So you're not gonna probably hear any of the audio, but let's see here. That was from the storms earlier. Look at that really sharp. What is it, right at that corner? And a couple of these down there now. Those were really sharp and vertically growing severe thunderstorms. I do apologize that that file is nowhere to be found now. All of a sudden that I started game streaming, or just streaming in general. But, oh well. So, what are we going to do now? Just checking some stats. Everything still looks good. Alright, so now, what I'm going to do is just show you what I'm looking at for the 4th of July, and then we'll start with games, because we actually spent a half hour just talking about weather. So let me go into here. I'll just show a couple forecast models about the 4th of July. There we go. It helps if I type the right password in. Just want to get this up, then I'll transition back. Oh. So the Watson supercomputer model. Oh, that's why. I clicked the wrong button. Deep Thunder, it's called. So this one goes out 43 hours only. Just that's all it's processed out to, but that's all we need to take a look at tomorrow. Alright, got that there. Let's try this fade again. Ah, that's a little bit better. So here, what time are we at right now? 1Z tonight. One second. Alright. There we go. So here, high pressures to the north, but still got some little pop-up storms. Going into the night, dies down, but then it pops up again tomorrow morning with some more storms. Ooh. So this, 2 p.m., line of storms. You never if there is a line of storms, maybe trying to do a live at that point, but 7 p.m. is when I started this. 7 p.m. is a good time, it looks like, for me, so I may be doing that for the weather podcast tomorrow as well. And then that So by the time we get to fireworks time, let's say 8 o'clock. Looks like it's out on this model. Okay. Let's go to the good old tropical tidbits. We'll go into northeast. There it is. This is also probably going to be slow because I'm streaming from the same computer that I'm downloading data on. If it goes at all. Nope. Now the game stream is fine. I'm looking at this number down here. If that's around 6,000 to 7,000, perfectly fine. Slow down a little bit, probably because I'm doing this right now. It's downloading. It's not letting me go. Waiting for response. Okay, there we go. So the bit rate of the stream went down a little bit while that was downloading. Let's just go, since we don't have much bandwidth to deal with apparently. That's showing that same thing about 18Z. Little line of maybe some more storms. Severe? I don't know. Well, we'll check that in a second. So let's go to the Storm Prediction Center. For Wednesday. Come on. You can do it. There we go. Nothing severe in our area. Maybe once you get a little bit more into the Midwest. Northern Midwest, maybe. But just severe. Not severe. Just plain thunderstorms. That's what the Storm Prediction Center is saying. Yeah. That's about it. But then by the time we get to... Why is it skipping? There. 8 p.m. Wednesday. It's showing a little bit more activity in the area. But this one just jumps 6 hours, so we can't really see what's going on in between. But we can assume there's going to be some showers going on, so that may hinder the 4th of July. The next one, and then we'll jump from here to the NAM. Joe Chaffee actually just messaged me if we want to Skype. Let me see. I'm going to try and see if I can pull him up now. Let's see what we can do. No, I don't think he's live right now. So he ended. I'm going to see if I have Skype on here. Actually, I don't think I've ever used Skype. I have a Microsoft account for Xbox related stuff. Yes, this microphone threw off the facial scanning. Let's see here. So many passwords, just gotta always look them up. It's not letting me clear out some things. It says it's deleting the conversation, but then it doesn't delete the conversation. Why does technology always have to fail when you need it? When you don't need it, it's there. Okay, that's better. So I think I have that up and running. So we'll talk a little bit more about weather. So he left there, but I have him here. So we'll talk a little bit more about weather. If he's not available right now, then we'll just switch over to gaming. Just messaging him. Basically, I said to him if he wants to Skype sometime between now and about 9 p.m., which is usually when I like to end the stream for gaming, he will let me know. Alright, so we got that. So I have Skype ready. He wants me to send him a request. I'm actually kind of excited because I never used Skype before. I've set it up, just never used it. Let's see. Okay. Trying to set this up. We may have a treat tonight, guys. We may have Joe Chaffee joining us. So while that's working its way out, I will switch back here. And back to the icon model we're on. And then I'll show you the name, then we'll start some games. It's very quick. And then we'll see later if Joe Chaffee wants to join in. So tomorrow, let's go to 18Z. Showing about the same thing, maybe a bit more activity to the west in Pennsylvania. And then 0Z, it starts to fade out a little bit. So right around New York City, it's actually showing clearer air. And then once you get to Orange County and maybe a little bit going into Sullivan, Ulster County there, just a little spot with that icon model. And last, we'll do the NAM. Just gotta wait for that to download. And it's weird I have to do this every single time. It won't just swap. I would like it to swap. Let's see what this does. It doesn't swap. I have to manually readjust the camera position every time. We'll see if that works. I tried something else. The next time I transition, we'll try that. Just checking something there. Alright. Let's try this transition again. Nope. I still have to go now over here, bring this back up, so that's ready to go for next time. Alright, so we're on the NAM again. Waiting for it a little bit to bring in some stuff. When I do my longer streams, which is this one, the Games and Storms, and the Weather Podcast, it's working a bit better for me. I'm going to start at 7 and then go an hour or so after that. So it's also because with the way that the FiOS news station works, we have little breaks here and there, and then we got to go and update our recordings, and then we got another break after that, and then we got to go update the recordings again. Alright, so we'll see. We'll see if he comes back. So, we got that up and running. So 18Z on the NAM. Right there. It's showing a little bit of some activity. And then for 0Z, it's clear. So it was a little bit of a toss-up. Well, he might be able. He said he'll be able to a little bit later, but we'll essentially end the weather part for now, and we'll start some gaming. Yeah, Destiny. If you see at the bottom, I actually figured out how to show at the bottom of the description how to show the game. All right. Starting up. I like having this webcam. It's a good birthday gift. Also, I like this gaming headset. As it works is I usually wear the headphones, so it does positional awareness within the game, and having the microphone right here, I don't have to know I'm specifically talking into a microphone. It's just there. Just reading some things here. Sometimes this game takes a little while to load. Alright, my character might look a little bit different than the last time we were on. Let's see what we got to do here. Trying to figure out what else we have. Alright. Some patrols. I actually didn't buy the next update, or the I forgot what they call it, expansion pass. So complete 3 patrols on any world. So I did 1. Let's go to Nessus here then. We get some patrols. Adventures. We got some adventures there. So no patrols? Unless they don't show the patrols on here. That's an event. Quest. So we'll just go here. There's a quest on there. Alright. Wow, my window is really fogged up now. What's the current dew point? So it says 77 degree dew point where I am. Or 77 degree temperature. 74 degree dew point. Sniping with a hand cannon. Or basically a revolver. Now, let's get to this quest. Let's see how this goes. Where's the quest? Down there.
We're just outside of Cabal base. Lots of taken here. Any news from your agents, Ikora?
I'm afraid the Hidden have not been able to penetrate that base. I retract my earlier hypothesis. Something is happening to the Vex. They can all feel it. I can feel it. I can feel
That was a
something
weird mix.
grasping at my arm to rip my very essence out of my body. End this, Guardian.
Ooh, you got me there. You done tricked me. But I killed him. Let's see. He actually just, Joe Chaffee just messaged me back. We're trying to figure out a time. Maybe too late, but we'll see. Alright, back to this. I hear those things. One-shot kills. Haha. I'm supposed to be up there. Weapons check before we go on. Good. Ooh, what is that? Oh boy. Let's see, I should be able to use this. Works nice when you have the right weapon. Or the right tool, I guess, in that matter. No, I started this. I didn't want to do
It's
that.
some kind of dimensional rift. The Taken must have used these to abduct the Vex.
Well, that was a waste of a super. These things are always kind of freaky. Okay, I don't know where to go. But this is what frequently happens when I'm playing a game. I get lost. What is this thing?
I swear I just saw something looking back at us through that thing. The Taken do not live in a nice neighborhood.
I don't see anything looking back at us. Do you? No, I don't see anything. Alright. Down here. Let's see if I could double tag. Oh, this one's not starting just yet.
These Vex.
Oh,
They're
it is
marching
started
with
already.
purpose.
They've engaged protocols for integration. I can feel it.
I'll get this guy. Ah, that was funny. Alright, let's try that one more time. No, don't go in the thing. Oh, there's two of them. Jeez. I can get this guy. Ah, getting stuck. Good.
Whatever they were trying to build, we wrecked it.
I almost feel... No, that's impossible. Inadequate performance.
Ooh, got something up here. Look at that. Got a legendary engram. Now those are used to house very powerful weapons.
The Vex transformation process sure leaves some weird artifacts behind. If we let them, they'd have this whole place looking like Nessus or Mercury.
Alright, let's go on to here. Ooh, what's this? Now we gotta travel deep into the base. Or deeper into the base. Gotta go deep. those things?
Ikora, we found holding cells, I think. Like a prison for Vex.
Perhaps the Taken have invented law and order. Asher, save your wit for later. Be mindful, Guardian. I have only one of you.
Okay. So I should be able to get these guys before they escape. And where's my fully? So there's different classes. This purple weapon matches there. I don't want to always use that one, I'm going to save it. So I was hoping they'd be distracted enough. Ooh, that's fire. There's another one of these things.
Listen, it sounds like someone's whispering in there, over and over. Yeah.
All right, let's surprise and delight these guys. Oh, I missed one. Alright, I think I got all these. I'm sure if I don't kill them now, that'll come back to haunt me in the future. Anything in here? Nope, nothing in there. But there we go. Those things are actually worth money, tradable. Here comes some more. This thing looks bigger. It's...
Ikora, you were right. The Taken are transforming the Vex.
I knew it. That's suicidal. Why?
Ooh, that thing's immune. Alright. I gotta take these guys one by one. Ooh, sniping me. deal with these guys on the left first. Then deal with the sniper. Ooh, look at this thing. My super is almost recharged. Here we go. Oh, power. This looks weird. Let's shoot my way out of this. Ooh, there's a big guy up there. Oh boy. You know, I may have to switch weapons here. Where's a sniper? So let's do this thing. Just gotta wait for the opportune moment. Right there. There's a gap in the shield. Oh, I have a shield. Run! That shield helps. There's something up there. Ooh, what's that? There we go. Ooh, still got me. Those after death kills are the kicker. Maybe. There we go. Sniping with a revolver. That's always funny. And right here. There we go. Good. Got
Well,
it
our
there.
guy got away again. Asher, what was it you just said? That it's suicidal for the Taken to turn the Vex into scary void robots?
Completely suicidal. The Vex infect whatever they touch. Their self-replication subroutines would consume the Taken from the inside out. Perhaps they simply don't realize the dangers.
Or perhaps they do, and it's a calculated risk.
To what end?
They're building an army. That has to be it. Hurry, Guardian. Meet with Asher. We'll try to understand more of this while you're on your way.
The heck? See, I knew it. That would have been taken thing, so my estimation paid off. Ah. So what are you guys into? You guys into any video games? There's a patrol.
Blasted Vex interference. Assistant, I need you to recalibrate.
I'm the assistant, of course. But of course.
Should do it. Hurry now.
Ooh. Overshot. Where did I just land in? Ooh, I missed that. Get out of the area. Oh, it's right back there. It's on fire. Something I think was over here as well. Maybe. Nope, nothing. Ooh.
The Vex never stop, do they? There are as many theories as to why they do what they do as there are cryptarchs in the cryptarchy. Nice work. That's a tasty bit of intel, if I do say so myself.
Oh, there's a lot of things over there. A lot of things that need killing. Oh, there's some more things over here that need some killing. They are worried over there. And I just got my super back. They're cowering. Look at them. I could pick them off. But I'm not. I'm gonna Thor smash them. Ooh, the regular one. Ready for a Thor smash? Ooh, look at this guy. Yeah, just another day of the job. There's one over here somewhere. Where are you? Oh, I see you. Alright, everybody's gone. Now let's go to that guy. I forgot I turned up the microphone, or turned off the microphone to take a drink, and you guys couldn't hear me. So let's fast travel here. There's gonna be some nice rewards that we're gonna be collecting. And there's the guy.
No attendance. It's just your mind playing tricks on you. Ah, my assistant. The so-called hero of the Red War. The celebrated restorer of light. I have always believed.
Oh yeah, I still never have been to
Guardians
this
squandered
guy
the
since
miracle of the light.
I beat the main
Resurrection.
mission.
They wasted on heroism when they could devote themselves to discovering the secrets of our universe. Despicable. However, your heroism has proven the ugliness of my prejudice. Studying you has been quite educational. Surprisingly, I still have much to learn. And much to do, while I still have time.
Alright.
You're late. The Pyramidion is the engine with which the Vex intended to convert Io into a machine world. There are warp gates inside which connect the Pyramidion to thousands of different places and realities. In your luxurious absence, the Taken entered it in search of said
The
warp gates.
Pyramidion.
I
Interesting.
hypothesize that they seek to consume the Vex collective mind. Obviously, that must not happen. I lost my arm in the Pyramidion. I cannot begin to postulate what you will lose.
Nothing. Alright, let's gain some things here. Another... Ooh, got some things. Okay. Let's get some more things. And that's it. Almost there.
Don't stay on my account.
I'll just double check. Yep. Almost at another.
Yes, we are done.
So now, new quest here. Oh, and those public events, I'll show you. These big down arrows. Oh, sorry, those are travel points. The public event, which is right there, that's live. Public event starts in 2.5 minutes. So that's everybody on the internet right now with Destiny 2 on the gaming computer will be there. As long as they're on this island. Or, not island, planet. Expand your horizons. All the way up there. And... gotta get all the way up there. And let's see. It's nice climbing when you have a little jetpack that you can climb with. Unless you're thrown off the wrong way. Alright. They try and get me from up there? There's one of those things. It's called a Hydra. Now this looks like a future mission was inside that big thing. And if you are wondering, that is Saturn. That's the planet Saturn, and I'm on a moon of Saturn.
We have a good view of the Pyramidion. I can see Taken in the distance.
So, oh, this must
just
be the
inside
Pyramidion.
the construct.
Oryx, the king who created the Taken, once almost captured the Vex Collective. Imagine the devastation the Taken would wreak if they tried again and succeeded.
And imagine the devastation your resistance would feel, Ikora, when you lose your war hero to the infinite of the Pyramidion. Assistant, do not venture deeper than you must.
He's afraid because he lost his arm that I may be losing that. Alright. Let's speed us on our way. If anybody didn't realize, that was a Star Wars reference. Oh, I can't get in there. How the hell you get in? Oh, it would help if you follow the arrow instead of just blindly going into battle. Ooh. Where is... Oh, it's up there. You get up there? I gotta climb up there. Alright, let's... Ooh, this is gonna be a challenge in itself. Especially with things shooting me. Oh. Oh. Not as much of a challenge as I thought. Alright. It's telling me to get up there. Right? No, I can't get up there from that way. Must be through here. This kind of looks like the way. Ooh, what is that?
Assistant, don't die.
Great advice. Don't die. Ooh, this doesn't look good. I am to save my super for that big guy in the back. See that guy? Dual sniper. Oh, I'm blinded. Ooh, that was a close one. Thought that was gonna be it. guess I'm gonna have to use a super with this. So, oh, did he go away? He went away. We ran away from each other. Ah.
Of course we're at the top of an impossible cliff. Why would it be anything else?
Wow.
I read once the Traveler is the most studied object in human history. The people of the Golden Age tracked its movements from planet to planet, trying to understand everything they could.
Alright. While we're here, weapons check. This is the interesting part with these online-only missions. Online-only games. So I'm in the middle of a mission, but I'm also in the public space, so others are working on this field as well. Alright, let's try. Cannot summon in this location. Of course not. Alright, here we go. And time it. Oh, sure. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Hello, Raymond. 7-day heat wave? There was a decent line yesterday, and there was definitely a decent line today. Raymond, if you go back to the beginning, we were talking about a new radar app I was trying out that has 3D volumetric radar. It's never good when you go down into a small hole. Can I get up there with this thing? Nope, I cannot. Shiny light, bright light. Since, and this is also a strategy thing with this game, since my super, which is that gray bar at the bottom left, is almost charged, I'm not going to engage anything just yet. And yes, Raymond, yesterday, well yesterday was Monday, and Sunday I think you mean, were the worst of the heat wave, because that was the highest with the humidity, but that doesn't mean it's any worse. I'm clear. Hold on a second. Alright, supercharged. Oh boy. Storm the Pyramidion. I guess we'll go with storm the castle as well. Dropping like Thor. That thing is... Alright, well that worked. Storm the castle. Yep. So there is going to be now a thunderstorm chance in the afternoons, pretty much tomorrow through Friday. What the heck? There was a lot of them in there. I guess I'm going through that gate. Ooh, that was a close one. Got it. There he is again. No idea what's behind that gate. Ooh. I'm on fire. Ooh, that was scary. Ooh. Okay, I'm safe down here. Did it just say stay away? I think it just grumbled, stay away. Let's try this thing. Nope. Gotta get rid of that one. Spitfire, like literally. Something. Ooh. Get away from those things. Don't go too far off the edge. I feel like that's how I usually die. Not from the enemies, but just from falling off the edge. Run! Alright, back here. Ooh. That's still in range. Is he coming back this way? Alright, I gotta eliminate those things. before I can supercharge this guy. Back. Got him. Got that one. Got that one. Destroy the warp gate.
Asher, Ikora, the warp gate's toast. We stopped most of the Taken, but a few got through.
That's fine. This could have been the beginning of a major war, and you stopped it dead in its tracks. If the Taken and Vex continue to conspire together, I will be the first to know, and you two would be the next.
Ah, Raymond, I am reading your
have something
comment
to
right
say
now.
to you, Guardian, and, you would.
As soon
I'd
as
like
I
to
get
say it
back
in
to
person.
Are you finally going to thank us?
the main mission
Sure,
here.
we're on our way.
Okay. We'll take a look at the definitions. I'll show you exactly what the definitions are. I don't think there's anything else here. It's weird. It's still like there, but something's still here. Alright. Let's go back to here. Eventually. And then I'm gonna call it quits soon. But while I'm here, I should be safe. So let's tuck away in the corner. Hey Cortana. That's a quick way I use to get out of the game. Alright. Very quickly, I will show you the glossary. So weather.gov/glossary. And now, Raymond, we will look up heat advisory. Heat advisory issued within 12 hours of the onset of the following conditions. Heat index of at least 105 degrees Fahrenheit, but less than 115 degrees Fahrenheit, for less than 3 hours per day, or nighttime lows above 80 degrees Fahrenheit for 2 consecutive days. Alright, let's keep that there. Let's go. Same glossary. And it's not a heat warning, it's an excessive heat warning. That's the full name of it. So let's go into here. Excessive heat warning. Here we go. Issued within 12 hours of the onset of the following criteria. Heat index of at least 105 degrees Fahrenheit for more than 3 hours per day for 2 consecutive days. Heat index of 100, but less than 115 for more, but less than 3 hours per day. Heat index of 115 degrees Fahrenheit for any period of time. So those are the couple of key differences there. Heat advisory, a heat index of 105 to 115. Versus the excessive heat warning, heat index more than 115 degrees Fahrenheit. The other key difference was a heat index of 105 for more than 3 hours, so that was the same criteria. So it looks like the main difference is heat index of 115 or more for any period of time is an excessive heat warning versus the heat advisory, which is between 105 and 115 degree Fahrenheit for the heat index. So that's the big difference. Alright, back here. And Raymond, yeah, fair enough to say. Hot is hot. Whether it's 105 degree heat index or 115 degree heat index. Yeah.
I fail to see how resistance on Titan can impact me out here. When we first met, I presumed you were quite useless. I'm sure you understand why. But you have disproved my hypothesis. You succeeded where I failed. You entered the Pyramidion and returned unscathed. Of course, you did not go so deep as I. You did not reach the lake. The Vex never fail to leave their mark. The Taken will discover that in due time. And as for you, you warrant further observation.
Flip for wind chill headlines? What do you mean, flip? I'm not sure what you mean by flip for wind chill headlines. Man of War. Alright, let's try and get another Engram. Maybe. Yeah. I just got Man of War, but I could buy it again. Oh, that sound means something's coming. 255, 260. But I don't like that color, so I can add these shaders. Let's see. Kind of like this one. Alright. There we go. My guy looked badass. Got 260 there, 260, 260. 260, 255, so that's better. 255, so that one's better. 260, 260. Where's Man of War? Because that's the other one. Pulse rifle, submachine gun. So let's go with that. Ooh. That's interesting that the, there's a bit of a delay there. I would assume the same thing. So while I'm here, we'll double check that. There's Man of War. That's the same thing. Fusion rifle. Linear fusion rifle. Alright. So while I'm here, hey Cortana. Hey Cortana. There we go. Let's check that real quick. Glossary. Wind chill advisory. Oops. Advisory. The criteria for this warning varies from state to state. Wow, that's interesting. Wind chill warning. When the National Okay. This criteria for this warning varies from state to state. It was exactly the same thing. When wind chill is life-threatening, is the wind chill warning. When wind chill could be life-threatening. So that's the key word. Could be life-threatening versus will be life-threatening. Alright. Well, it is coming up on about 9 o'clock.
No more talking now. You go.
This guy's such a wise ass. Well, I am gonna head back to orbit. Delvin, yes. So, how much outdoor light? I'm gonna go dark for a second here. I'm just gonna turn this off. Ooh, too bright. Like ever so slight. There's a little bit of pink in the clouds through the trees. That's really about it. All right. Oh, one second. All right. So, this pretty much ends the show. What do we got? Yeah, we got the 2 hours. And so the Joe and Joe show that was starting at 9:15. That was about when we were gonna try and do a Skype here, but the Joe and Joe show, I may not be watching because I'll be trying not to do too much and maybe head to bed soon. But yep, ever so slight little bit of light outside right now. You can see over behind me, out the window, it looks pretty much dark. So, I just want to see if he was available now. Alright, that will be it. We'll try and get next week, because I start this live stream at about 7 with a little bit of weather talk. So we went about 45 minutes of talk about weather, and then it was about 7:45 till 9. We did gaming and a little bit of weather. So we'll see if we coordinate. I'll see if I coordinate with Joe next week. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow in the weather podcast. We'll see. Because usually I like these 7 p.m. Start times for the stream, which it looks like Joe did too. Yeah, I don't know. it won't exactly be a three-way show because, well, on their end it won't be. On my end it will be. So if you're watching from my stream, it'll be me, Joe and Joe. But on their end, actually, it should be the same thing either way. But let's see. I think my coughing is. I think that was. I think that'll end it. Just because. Alright. Every time I start talking now, I get the urge to cough. So, we are going to end it. I would like to go on with Joe and Joe, but it's right there. That little tickle right there. That's not helping. So, we're going to end it here. I'll see you guys tomorrow in the weather podcast. Enjoy the Joe and Joe show. Maybe next week, or maybe not tomorrow. We'll see about tomorrow, but definitely next week I'm going to try and get a Skype thing going with Joe Chaffee in the beginning when my voice would be best. Hopefully by next week the cough is completely gone. So I am going to end it here. Thank you all for joining. Thank you, Delvin. Thank you, Raymond. Who else do we have in here? Delvin, Raymond. Actually, that's all. That's it for who commented. So, for commenting, thank you, Delvin. Thank you, Raymond. I enjoyed the conversation and enjoyed showing you this new 3D volumetric radar. So, we will, we'll cut the stream there. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much. This is meteorologist Andrew Pinero. Have a great night, and don't forget to game on.